If you watched my video, Why I Moved to Jamaica, the Untold Story, you already know that one of the reasons why I moved was to reclaim my roots and my culture. But deciding to move and live in Jamaica are two very different things. Moving here didn't just give me peace and help with my mental health and build what I've built today. It also forced me to look in the mirror, and what was staring back at me, I was very surprised about, and I wasn't very happy to see. And if you saw my video, British Rush versus the Jamaican Chill, you already know about the work culture shocks. But this time, one of those shocks I embraced, and I thought to myself,
why can't the UK do this more?
Here is what nobody prepared me for, and why it hit harder than the move itself. Living in the UK, it was go, go, go. I'd get on the train, and as soon as I get off the train at London Bridge, I'm running like Usain Bolt to get to the barriers before anybody else gets there. And at the weekends, non-stop errands, visiting family, visiting friends. But moving to Jamaica, it was completely different. The taxi drivers still drive wild and crazy, but people are walking so much slower. I remember one time at work, someone had said to me,
Nat, why are you walking so fast?
And I really had to stop and ask myself, why are you doing that? That's when the silence hit and my thoughts became so loud, because I no longer had the 5-hour commute every day to work. My weekends were no longer packed. My errands, I could do that in the evenings as well as the weekends. And that left me thinking, what do I do next? I'd be sitting on my veranda, and that's when I realized just how exhausted I was and just how lonely I felt. I had time to hear my thoughts. It forced me to face the hard truth, not only about how I was living in the UK, but why I lived like that. I realized that I was living for everybody else and not for me. Have you ever slowed down and realize just how exhausted you are? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying this personal story, make sure that you hit subscribe, tap the like as well. Moving to Jamaica didn't magically heal me. I wasn't happy in the United Kingdom. I didn't like the version that I was becoming, my lifestyle, and the choices that I made. And I thought to myself, my parents are Jamaican, I can get my citizenship, and I can leave the UK and run away. Living in Jamaica would fix all my problems. That didn't happen. And do you want to know why? You can't leave yourself behind. You take yourself with you. My decisions, my life choices are all to do with me. It hasn't anything to do with the location. I was repeating some of the decisions and some of the mistakes that I made in the United Kingdom. I needed to focus on what was the root cause of my life decisions. And by doing that, then I would start to begin healing myself. I needed to set boundaries with family and friends. I needed to focus on me. And you're probably thinking to yourself,
well, that's kind of selfish, Natalie.
I thought the same way until I got here. I realized how tired I was, how exhausted, how burnt out I was because I was living for others and not living for myself. Leaving the UK didn't solve my problems. It allowed me to create a space which was extremely uncomfortable but necessary. That is where the real transformation and healing began. The hardest part about missing the UK was the friends that I left behind, the relationships that I'd built. Some of the friendships fell away because of the time zones. People's lives change. My friends were having children, having partners, getting married, and I wasn't at that stage. And so these conversations and the connections were no longer aligned. And that's all right. Our priorities changed, and so did the connections. When I started setting boundaries, people just naturally decided to drift away. This wasn't personal, it was necessary. It cleared space for what was real. The ones who had my back and that I still speak to today, they're not self-serving. They valued friendship and they valued mine. They showed up, they stayed present, and they made the effort. Whenever they came to Jamaica on holiday, we'd spend time together, great memories. I felt the love, the sincerity, and I had such a joyful time when they were around. You don't have to live in the same country to have real, authentic friendships. I did a video a little while ago called The Truth About Making Friends in Jamaica. And if you want to know more about my struggles, the hard truths, but how I overcome that to make friends, the link is in the description below. You can watch it next. Now, I don't say this lightly, everyone. These are the hard truths that I faced and that I had to fix the long way. And I really wish that somebody had told me all of this before I moved to Jamaica. It wouldn't have stopped me from moving to Jamaica. It definitely would have prepared me for what's coming next. The move won't fix confusion if that's what you think it's going to do. It will expose it. You're gonna feel lonely, but you're not gonna be alone. Whatever you think you're going through in that time of that move, it's not failure, it's friction. And that's where, for me, the real growth and transformation began, and it allowed me to start the journey of healing. This is probably the most important lesson that I've learned. Don't move to escape. You are moving to become the best version of yourself. What's the one truth that you had to learn the hard way that no one told you about? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. This video was a little bit more emotional and raw for me. I talk about Jamaica being this wonderful place, my paradise, the best thing that I ever did moving here. But this video is more the raw truth about when the excitement dies down and you're actually living here by yourself. Here are some of the hard truths. Now, this video is not about a complaint. It's not to tell you don't move to Jamaica. It's to show you that wherever you decide to move, whatever big life choices that you decide to do, which is going to take you out of your comfort zone, to be prepared for what's going to happen next, especially when things slow down, when you're not in the same routines that you normally have. That's where transformation begins. Now, normally people probably don't share things like this on social media. I'm not like most people. Now, if this video hit home for you, the next video you should watch is this one, the untold story of why I decided to leave the UK. And if you want to watch more videos of my life in Jamaica, you want to start with the playlist that I've linked below. It's a good place to start, and it's a good place to binge. My next video, it's all about the work culture shocks. You've got this video that I'd recommend you watch first, because the next video, I'm going to talk more about the work culture shocks, but there's one work culture shock that I 100% embraced, and I really wish the UK did more of this. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe if you want to know more and hear more about my personal stories. And if there's anybody that you know, friends, family, work colleagues that have been struggling living in Jamaica, or that is thinking about moving to another country, but probably needs to know a few home truths, this is the video they should watch. Share it with them. Until next time, everybody, remember to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed.